Hi folks, this is Jay. We are visiting Garden Walk Buffalo. This is a garden on Irving Place in Allentown and by Matt and Catherine. So we are with the gardener, Catherine here. Can you say a quick hi?
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
Glad to be on Garden Walk Buffalo.
Yeah. Can we join you on a walk in your garden?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first thing I noticed, besides the pole, is your Japanese anemone. They are huge. Yeah.
Japanese anemone, they were planted in 2016 and they tend to take over.
Yeah.
The poles, of course, the square ones were made by our very own Jim Charlier. The round one was the lamp post that we have not known what to do with until we found Jim's poles. So we painted that ourselves like a pole
Very beautiful.
that Jim has.
So you do not have any grass on the entire property?
No grass at all here. When we bought the house in 2015, there were two huge trees in the front, not just one.
Oh.
There was a walkway that went straight down next to this big tree, and there was another tree to the right of it. And we took that down to the shock of the neighbors. But that allowed us to be able to plant a front garden.
So I believe this is a summer sweet.
That is
Clethra.
yes, that is a clethra, definitely. That one's just about to bloom because it's a little bit further behind than another one.
So do you find them reliably fragrant?
Yes, yes. That one is a little bit shadier, so it's stretching for the sun.
Yeah. And so we are walking towards the backyard. So along the driveway, we have this very impressive perennial border on both sides of the driveway. Yeah. So you
A lot of
do-
shade plants here, accented with some annuals. And then it gets a little sunnier.
Oh,
You
so-
see that this clethra is in full bloom now because it has more sun here.
Yeah. So they have this pinkish tone, really lovely. Yeah. So not only they have ornamental value, they provide the fragrance. They're also a pollinator favorite.
Right, yes. With the cardinal flower and there's some milkweed.
Beautiful. Can we take a look at the other side? Because you have the Ligularia in full bloom.
Yes,
This is the rocket Ligularia. They have
Yes.
this elongated
Yes.
yellow flower. They bloom.
and the rocket ligularia with guacamole hostas are in this bed, which also have a wonderful fragrance.
And one note I want to make here is because this is a very long driveway, so when you do the planting, you use the giant hosta with the Ligularia, which has this very large leaf. So they are in the right scale to the driveway. So that's just make everything looks very well positioned and
Right.
very well balanced. And before we enter the backyard, let's take a look at this side of the border.
Don't look too carefully.
Yeah.
There's some things in here that I'm not proud of.
You have the lilac and also the cleome. So those are
Cleome.
self-seeded.
Yes, the cleome is self-seeding. I actually haven't bought new cleome since 2017, maybe.
Wow. Yeah.
It's self-seeded. Then I've got a very
Zinnia.
sunny area that I have cutting plants, cutting flowers.
Yes.
I like to cut for in pots.
Yeah. So zinnia is a great cutting flower because they have the longer stem, and they actually would benefit from regular cutting because
They
they
do.
will branch out,
Yeah.
producing even more flower for you.
Exactly.
So now let's enter the backyard.
Moonflower
Oh, yeah.
in a pot, autumn clematis, and morning glory, which will bloom later.
Yeah. So as soon as we enter the backyard, there's something a little bit of like a little monster waiting here.
A total monster straight out of a Tim Burton movie. This is a Persian shield that I got from a local garden center, one of our sponsors,
So-
a
so
batting market.
So I have a fairly large hand. So you can tell the single leaf is almost the length of an arm.
I have to ask Anna Batting what she sold me back in May because it has been the showcase of Garden Walk this weekend.
Yeah. Look at the begonia. This is a very special shade of, how do you describe the color? Salmon? Or?
Salmon or peach, maybe?
Oh, peach, yes, lovely. Yeah. And you decorate your fence with the driftwood.
Driftwood from Lake Erie.
Yeah, this provide additional interest and utilizing the fence as a backdrop. Very, very nice.
It makes it a lot more interesting in the winter.
Yeah, so this is a bird bath that you placed on top of a piece of marble, right?
The marble was we found in the garden when we moved in and dug it out of waist-high mint.
Wow.
The marble we think is from the same old bank building that the marble which you find down on the outer harbor.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Is from. It's the same.
Yeah, so
stock.
you're reusing the building component and repurpose them as a piece of a garden object.
It was in the garden when we bought the house in 2015.
Yes. So here we have some perennial as well as annual. Those are in containers, right?
Yes, the containers, those annuals are all in containers because above us is a black walnut tree, so you can't grow everything under black walnuts that you'd like to.
So just so the viewer know, black walnut, they give out a type of chemical called juglone.
Correct.
So it's from the leaf, from the roots, from the fruit, from the
fruit.
pollen.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can check. There's a list of juglone tolerant plants.
Correct.
And also there's also another group of plants that are particularly susceptible to juglone. They will suffer and they will just diminish under a black walnut. So
we can't plant tulips back here, but we can plant daffodils.
Yeah. So that's true. Yeah. So just check out the list if you have a black walnut in or around your yard.
Right.
So let's walk towards the corner of the backyard where your husband Matt created a sense of a surprise there. Yeah, because it's a painting with a deer, a buck, right?
Correct.
There. It just give your eye a place to rest rather than looking at a wall.
A concrete wall.
That belongs to your neighbor, right?
It's a parking garage owned by a local company.
Okay, yeah. So rather than looking at the concrete wall, your eye has a place to rest. And because with the deer and the field and the woods, there's a sense of destination. So you transform this kind of space, which is really hard to do anything, give them a meaning, a sense of destination.
And you can keep going and see this.
So this is your walking area, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so every garden needs a walking area, especially a good garden, your potting bench. This looks like a repurposed vanity top.
It is exactly right. Matt built the bench around the bathroom countertop that I got from Buffalo Reuse.
Oh, wow. That's a great idea to reuse some of the vanity top as a walking surface.
Exactly.
For your garden task. And this is a pretty shaded area.
It's very shaded, very protected. The only thing that's lacking back here is running water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm sure you can drag the hose.
We could drag out, and it has been done. Definitely drag the hose back here.
So again, we're visiting a garden on Irving Place by Matt and Catherine. So even though this is in the center of the city, which has typically a smaller lot, but you see you can achieve so much with the space, and you don't even have to mow.
No, not one blade of grass.
Yeah, this is very lovely. Yeah, thank you, Catherine, for sharing your garden with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.